Hello, Starlings. Very, very weird. Okay. Here we go. Amazing. We have the TikTok live going. We have the YouTube live going. We have... Oh. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yet to figure out how... Sure. Close. Sweet. Yes. So we are live. I am yet to figure out how to go live on Instagram. Maybe because I haven't got enough followers, it's not showing me. Let's see if that helps. Story fundraiser. I don't think I'm going to be able to go live on Instagram yet. That sucks. But we continue. Oh, gonna move that because I will inevitably knock that over at some point. Sharing and reuse. Device permissions, maybe. I probably should have figured out how to do this earlier, but you know what? You're seeing the real me in real time. All good. Seeing if we actually have anybody watching. At the moment, no, but that's fine. People will be able to watch this back, I'm hoping. We are going to be doing live oracle readings. Hello, peoples. Oh, hold on. So we've got a couple of different card sets to choose from. I don't think I'm going to be able to do Instagram. It's so sad. I definitely should have figured out how to do that before I signed in and advertised this everywhere. Okay. So this is really weird seeing my head move because I've got like my iPad set up here, like you guys, you're on TikTok. And then up here, I've got my computer that's on YouTube. And I have my phone here that is supposed to be doing Instagram lives. However, we will figure out how to do that for next week. I think we're just going to have to axe the idea of the Instagram live because it's not actually giving me an option to go live on Instagram. If anybody on any of these current platforms I'm streaming on know how to do that, let me know in the comment section, please, because that would be fantastic. It probably won't be as long as the others. We're planning on staying for around maybe 45 minutes. We're going to do some oracle readings, and I might crack these bad boys out. Deck of stars. So for any of you that don't know, I am the Starlight Priestess. I call my followers my Starlings, or my subscribers my Starlings. We are the Starlings of the Star Squad. No, we're not joining as guests. We're not doing that. That's fine. We are going to be doing some oracle readings for my Star Squad. We'll see what we've got going on. We'll see what life is going to throw in our direction for the next week or so, maybe. I think these are I'm going to try and do these lives like maybe once a week. So I think we're just going to go with the idea that, you know, we'll do like short-term readings. Like, what can you expect for the next week? Because then the week after we'll do hopefully another one. You know? Yeah, I think we're going to have to axe the idea of the Instagram lives because I don't know what I'm doing. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I am not very new to YouTube. This account is fairly new to not Instagram. I was chatting about Instagram Live. So TikTok. This account is fairly new to TikTok. So thank you guys for joining, for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are going to be doing a little bit of a catch up. No, I don't. That's very weird, Jan. I'm good. We're going to do a little bit of a catch up, and then we're going to do some readings for anyone that is interested. So yeah, this is going to be just people that are subscribed or people that are currently watching these lives. That is the energy, the vibe that I'm going to tune into. So we're going to go with that. I am going to move this over here just a little bit, and then I can just look up on camera, and then it's basically the same. That's great. That's fantastic. So, do you like my dragon? I figured that was pretty cool. She's a good girl. So the idea of these lives is to basically connect with you guys in real time. You guys too, up in the top corner with the YouTubes. Yeah, but basically just trying to connect in real time. I'm trying to interact with my audience a little bit more. I know that we are trying to, like, my goal is to get to on YouTube. I will probably link that in the description or in somewhere if I can. I will probably try and link that somewhere, but I am the Starlight Priestess on YouTube, on Instagram, and on TikTok, and I also have a Patreon if you want to go and check that out as well. It's also the Starlight Priestess. I'm trying to keep everything consistent if you don't notice the theme. So I have a feeling that these kind of like weekly like interaction type things is gonna, I don't know, just like help me connect with you guys a bit more, to see what's the haps, chaps. So yeah, that is the idea. And for anybody that is curious about my content, I am in kind of a specific niche, potentially. I tend to go through the whole side of like witch talk, of like witchy Instagram, like pagan Instagram. Hey angel guides, hi. Yeah, I tend to go through the whole like witchy side of things. I go through like different kinds of pagan traditions and non-pagan traditions. I tend to focus a lot on spirituality on these channels. Like I said, a lot of witchy stuff, a lot of kind of culture and mythology. We look at dragons, we look at fae, we look at guided meditations. I haven't done one of those in a while, but I definitely will be doing some more soon whenever I kind of get the chance to film them, because the ones that I've currently got are, I feel like they're like short and sweet, which is good for some people, but some people prefer longer meditations, and I haven't actually tried those yet. So I feel like maybe if I try some of the longer ones, then you guys might like them a little bit more. Maybe. Let me know in the comments if that is the case. However, for now, I think these might be the cards that I do my live readings with. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing readings with a different set of cards for my Patreon, because I'm going to be doing a weekly rune reading, a weekly oracle reading for my Patreon, and they will be on various tiers of what you can subscribe to. However, I will also do, the two are jumping out. So this is, for those of you that don't know, the Star Dragon Oracle cards by Paolo Barbieri. Indeed. It doesn't come with any kind of like translation deck or anything like that. It says, a star in the sky and a dragon in your heart. Oh, that's cute. Your artwork of Paolo Barbieri connects humanity to infinity. I will agree with that. So these two are the ones that jumped out. That is current reading for the collective. I'm hearing carry on shuffling. So whatever ones I'm going to... Hey, it's Evie! LV. Sorry, LV. Evie. Jeez. Sorry, I was just at work and I work with someone called Eve and we call her EVE. So my confusion. Thank you for joining in, LV. It's very good to see you. Carry on shuffling. That one too. So any of these cards that I get, I'm going to... This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not guaranteeing that this will be your future. This is just a way to help us connect with each other, help us to ponder some life questions, see what vibes we're getting, see how the cards present to me, and it will be just a vague notion of potentially what to expect for the next week or so. That will be the plan, the idea, no, not having any joiners, please. No, thank you. Not for this one. If you want to join with me, maybe connect with me in my DMs. We'll figure something out. However, for now, any way you want to join in the comments, please. We are carrying on shuffling. Okay, there we go. 3. Okay, that's enough. No, one more. I need one more. Damn it. Okay. These are, the Star Dragon Oracle cards. I absolutely love these. I haven't had them for very long. However, I feel like, so you will probably hear me mention Nyx, Tan, and Kara as the 3 key people that I'm channeling on my channels. Nyx is my matron goddess. She is of Greek mythology. I've done a couple of videos on her and how she interacts with my path and my craft in previous videos on my YouTube channel. I will be doing an updated version because it definitely needs one. Just one more card. I need 7. 7 is important for some reason. 1 more card. Yes, so Nyx is my matron deity. I am actually coming towards the end of doing a year and a day of training with her, which is why I've named myself the Starlight Priestess, as she has basically said, from what I've been through in the last year and a bit, I've kind of earned that title. But it's not, I'm not like a high priestess or anything. It's just, priestess is someone to be listened to because they have experience, I suppose. That's how I see it within Minecraft, that one. That is the 1. Singular card, so 7. Amazing. So we have 7 cards that we are going to ponder the answers of. Maybe not the answers, maybe the questions for. So we'll start at the bottom. We'll work our way through them. That's what I'm hearing. Actually, I need to shuffle these as well. Jeez. So what kind of crafts do you guys practice? That's what I want to know. I love learning about other people's crafts and paths and religions and stuff like that. Like, we in the Star Squad, we love learning from each other. So spread the information, spread the joy. This is going to be from that way. Okay, so the first one is dominance, believing in yourself. Okay, for those of you up there, oh, it's backwards on YouTube, I don't like it. For those of you on TikTok, look at how pretty these cards are. I love them. 100%. So this one, I feel like it's a very protective vibe. So those of you that do subscribe to the idea of having spiritual guardians, spiritual guides, all of that kind of stuff, they are being very kind of overly protective of you at the moment. There is nothing wrong with that. They are ready to jump in and fight for you if anything happens. And the idea of just going out and dominating, believing in yourself this week, take life by the horns kind of vibe. We love that. Take life by the dragon horns. I feel like it's also very, what's the word? What's the word that I'm getting? Very ambitious energies. I feel like the word is ambitious. So if there is anything you particularly wanted to do this week that you've kind of been holding back on because you're like, I don't know, I don't like it, just because you're afraid of the outcome, do the thing. Do the thing. Because you never know what might happen, and definitely if it involves standing up for yourself as well, because there are a lot of people, especially these days, that tend to be especially along the AFAB, sign female at birth, feminine looking peoples of this world, we tend to be Some of us a little bit more meek and a little bit more kind of like people pleasing. Step out of that energy this week and see where it gets you. You're here, let's go. So basically, I think the main question that I get is like, what would happen if you actually believed in yourself for long enough to make something happen? Journal that shit. From this side again, transcendence, achieving success. What did I just ask? What would happen if you believed in yourself long enough to make something happen? You will transcend. You will achieve success. You will get the shit that you want to get. For those of you on YouTube, I hate how the YouTube one's backwards. It's so annoying. But it's fine. We roll forward. Look at how gorgeous these cards are. Oh, they're so pretty. So achieving success. The question is, why are you afraid of succeeding? A lot of people are afraid of succeeding because they don't feel like they deserve to have the success. And that's usually because somebody has told them at some point that they don't deserve success, that they should just sit down and shut up and just be meek and pretty and whatever. We're stepping out of that vibe. We are stepping into the vibe of what could happen if I chose myself and wasn't afraid. Just for a little while. Even if it's just for an hour. Like, fake the confidence so hard that you start to believe it. That's the vibe. That is the vibe we're going with. That's the vibe we're going with. From this side, where are we at? We're nearly knocking on 20 minutes now. Okay, that's not too bad. I don't want to go too far past. I'm seeing things. Okay. Third card is choice and understanding consequences. Okay, I feel like there's some of us that are like taking the vibe of fuck it, let's go for it a little bit too hard. Understand that just, okay, this is what I'm getting from Cara and Ten. If the thing you're saying fuck it to is going to put somebody else in harm's way or put yourself in harm's way, so say you go up to your boss and you start properly going off at him because he's been disrespecting you for the last 2 weeks. Okay, fine. Understandably so. You deserve respect. You deserve dignity. However, just going off at somebody is not going to get you very far, and there will be consequences for those actions. So there is one thing, believing in yourself and trying to make something happen and achieving success and realizing what exactly you are afraid of when it comes to achieving success. There is another thing to be genuinely going just like a little bit wild and saying fuck the consequences, because consequences will still exist even if you go for the thing, if you know what I'm saying. So again, look how gorgeous these cards are. Like, for those of you that are on YouTube and want to watch this later, like, these are gorgeous. Is that a Hydra? I feel like that's a Hydra. Hydra energy, hell yes. Not once, but 7 times. Okay, hold on. How many heads are there? 1, 2, because it looks like it's all coming from the same being. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's Hydra. Hydra energy, guys. Feel that Hydra energy. 7 times 7. That's why the 7 cards were important. Okay, Hydra energy. We're going with Hydra energy. That's the vibe. So, what have we had so far? Just a little quick recap for anybody that's just joining now. Bro is skits. Okay, thanks. Maybe not. A lot. Maybe not. Ghosties, yeah, spooky season. So what basically, like, the questions that we have so far is, What could happen if you believed in yourself, even if it was just for an hour? Like, go and do the thing that you are afraid to do, but be aware that if you go a little bit too far, there might be consequences. That's the vibe that we're getting so far. We've got 4 more cards left. We'll see how long that takes. We're knocking on 20 minutes now, and then we'll have a little bit of a catch up, a little bit of a recap. Independence, carving your own path. We love that. We love that. Yes, this is continuing with that. Like, be aware of the consequences, but own your success, own your power, own your independence. Like, stop relying too much on other people. Like, you can achieve this stuff by yourself. Like, you don't have to have other people. These are the vibes for the week. So other people are nice, but other people are like the lollipop at the end of like a dentist meeting or appointment. Appointment's the word. So relying too much on other people, kind of like the idea of putting all of your eggs in one basket, can be good to an extent, but it's not ideal when that's what you're putting everything into. Like, there are other avenues, other ways of doing things that can actually help you benefit, as long as you have that self-confidence, have that belief in yourself, be aware of like why exactly you're afraid of getting the things that you want. Usually it's because some of us have been told, oh, well, you know, if we have too much of anything's a bad thing. But too much success is only a bad thing if you let it get to your head. So, and too much of a good thing is only really too much if you're relying on other people to achieve it. So we don't rely on other people to achieve it. We try and achieve this shit for ourselves. But we can achieve success as long as we go with the idea of, like, if I do this the wrong way, there might be consequences. And having that belief in yourself that you can actually do the thing. I looked up and it said 2222. Love these angel numbers. So yeah, carving your own path, understanding consequences, achieving success, and believing in yourself. That is what we've had so far. And I feel like the bottom of the deck is supposed to be read at the end, so technically it's 8 cards. But yeah, have another quick look at that one. These are so gorgeous. I love this. Okay, so we've had 4 cards so far. We've got 3 left. Going this way. Culmination, completion, and renewal. Oh, that is a bad bitch vibe right there. Look at that. Look at that. Bad bitch vibe. Own it. Own that power. Step into that success. Do the thing you are afraid of, but don't go too far that you have the knock-on effect of the consequences. Like, go about it, do the thing you're afraid of, but go about it the right way. That's what I'm getting this week. So, completion and renewal. Maybe this thing that you wanted to do has been something that you've wanted to do for a while. Hey, Rebel! Meow, meow. So, quick recap for my favorite Rebel child. We're using the Star Dragon Oracle cards that I was giving readings with the other day. I'm pretty sure I gave one to you as well. So we've had dominance, believing in yourself. We have had transcendence, achieving success. We've had understanding consequences, which is choice. Oh, choice. You can choose to understand the consequences. You can choose to believe in yourself. You can choose good stuff. We've had independence, carving your own path. Like, these cards are so gorgeous. So making this shit happen for yourself. Make sure you're not relying too much on other people. Accepting the good shit. I'll go over the questions that we're getting in a second. Culmination, completion, renewal. So we've had, like, what would happen if you believe in yourself? Like, what is the worst that can happen if you actually believe in yourself? And realize what it is that you're afraid of when it comes to achieving success. Maybe you've been relying too much on other people for that. understanding the consequences of going about doing the thing the right way. And then this bad bitch vibe right here. Like, I know your vision's not great, Rebel. I don't know if you can see that, but that is bad bitch vibe. Look at that. That is like, I own this. I am this. Very much that kind of vibe. So, yes, completion and renewal. So something coming to, like there's an ending of one thing and something else is going to start. Very dynamic. Yes, definitely Rebel. Next card, we're doing 7 cards in total. And then we're going to have a chat about them. And then we're going to read the bottom of the cards as well. And I might do a couple of the star cards that we've got that I actually got from Griffith Observatory when I went with the Zero. That was fantastic. I will tell a little bit about the story of that. Next one, Legacy and Persistence. Also a very, very pretty card. I love these cards. I feel like these will definitely be my like live cards. If I'm going live, I'll try and I'm doing oracle readings or tarot readings, I will try and at least incorporate these ones somewhere. So we've got Legacy, Persistence. So maybe the thing that you are trying to go for won't happen right away. Maybe, yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. So like believing you can do something. I feel like this reading's half for me. Jesus Christ. Believing that you can do something, realizing what exactly about like achieving this thing that it is you're afraid of. So a lot of us are afraid of achieving success because we don't feel like we deserve it. We feel like it's because someone has told us somewhere along the way that we're not worthy of achieving those dreams, which sucks, but we heal, we move on. There was realizing that going about it the right way can help you avoid like consequences, to like not rely too much on other people when it comes to trying to achieve these things. When it comes to like something will have to come to an end for the new thing to begin. And as long as you are persistent in what you are doing, as long as you are going with like consistency, persistence, like just doing it for like a week isn't going to get you very far. Like you have to keep going, because otherwise you're just going to end up falling flat on your face, and that is not the vibe we want. So as long as like anything that kind of comes up within these things, just keep going. You can achieve it. You don't have to be afraid of failure. Failure can teach you things as well, so just as well as success can. So if you try something, you get those consequences and you fail at it, try a new avenue. Like don't give up. Don't like something that my mum used to quote to me. There was a whole ass poem that I might actually try and look up. It's like part of the quote that she always quotes at me when I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. She's like, rest if you must, but don't you quit. So we're going whole hog with the like rest if you must, like change avenue if you need to, but you can achieve success. You can achieve your dream. Do the thing. Do the thing. Something this week needs to be addressed within yourself. I think. So we're going with that. So keep going. Whatever it is you need to do, realize that something else has to end for the new thing to start. You can do it. You can, as long as you believe in yourself, you can do this. Basically, that's the 6 cards so far. We're on the last one. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, and an interesting one. Grief, accepting loss. And I feel like this, like, again, badass energy. We love that. That is gorgeous. The lighting's kind of bad. I might... Hold on. That did not help at all. No, never mind. Just wasting electricity. So, accepting loss. I feel like this one is mostly for... Oh, yeah, for anyone that hasn't seen the dragon. I have a new dragon bestie. I feel like this one is for people that are going to be afraid of the thing coming to an end because that's all they've known. Oh, yeah. So to achieve new success, to believe in yourself, to realize why you deserve the actual success, that why you deserve the thing that you want, that's also realizing that you have to let something go to achieve it. And especially if that's something that you've been holding on to for a really long time, and that's kind of like all you know, that's all you've known for a really long time, and you need to let that go to achieve what you want to achieve. Shit, guys, I feel like this reading kind of half is for me. I'm trying to make this shit happen with it, like YouTube and like social media and stuff being kind of like a new career. I've realized I'm really, really close to the screen. Sorry. Kind of like YouTube and all that kind of stuff being a new career for me. I feel like I actually kind of do want to make this happen. I want this to be something that I bring about, because it does bring me joy to like talk to you guys, to help you guys. My little star squad, we've got, like the things that you have known that you have to let go of to step into this new era of your power and your success and all of the good shit. That is, oh, thank you, Rebel. You're right, I do got this. But so do the rest of the Starlings. I am not swearing at you, I'm just holding the card like that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us have to let some things go to move into this new era, if you will, of self-belief, self-acceptance, stepping into that part of your power, stepping into that version of yourself that you know can achieve these things. You know? Yeah, I feel like you know. So I feel like the question for that one is going to be, what is it exactly that you feel like you need to let go of to step into this version of yourself that you know deserves everything that you want? Okay, so we're very quickly going to go go through all the ones that we've had so far. So we've had dominance, believing in yourself. We've had transcendence, achieving success. We've had choice, understanding consequences. We've had independence, creating your own path. We've had culmination, completion and renewal. Completion and renewal. We've had legacy, persistence, and we've had grief, accepting loss. So the question for this one is, like, what would happen for you and your life if you actually believed in yourself, even if it's just for an hour? This one was, what exactly, when it comes to success, what exactly are you afraid of? Why are you afraid of having that success? Like, who told you didn't deserve it? Understanding consequences, know that you have to go about achieving your success and believing in yourself the right way for you, and not kind of like lash out at everybody and just say fuck everything, because that's not going to work. That's going to end up earning you some enemies. Independence, creating your own path. So who exactly are you relying on? No. Who exactly are you relying on when it comes to achieving success, and why are you not relying on yourself? Because at the end of the day, that is the main person that can make it happen. Like, if you're trying to make something happen for your life, the main person that can make it happen is you. Like, yes, have other people involved. Yes, get some help. There is nothing wrong with that, but don't kind of like try and have everybody do everything else for you. Like, that's not going to work, because the success is based on them, not you, you know? Culmination, completion and renewal. So like, you're going to have to close the door on something so that the new stuff can happen. Like, what happened to owning your power? What happened to owning your power? Guys, own your power. Legacy, persistence. So know that you will have to just keep going even when it gets tough. What has been your habit? I feel like that's the question for this one. What has been the habit that you feel like you need to... Because a lot of us, we get to a certain point in something, like everything that we do after a certain point will plateau after a while. Like, not everybody, like the case of like it just keeps building isn't going to be the case for everybody. So what happens? Like, how do you react when it plateaus? that's the bit that you have to push forward on. That's the bit that you have to be like, just keep going. And then grief, accepting loss. So the thing that we have to close the door on to get the new things. That's going to be difficult. There is going to be a grieving process, especially if that's all you've known for a really long time. There is nothing wrong with grieving that past part of you, but to step into this new version of you that gets the success and gets everything that you want, we need to let some things go. And I'm hearing read the bottom card too. So tranquility, harmonious inaction. So again, a gorgeous card. Like, take a moment to sit with your grief and then allow it to process, figure out exactly how to move on from that in a way that works for you. And yeah, harmonious inaction. Like, sometimes you don't have to do anything about the old version of you. Sometimes you don't even have to do anything to properly step into that new version of you. Like, you can just allow it. Mid-grief of a few things right now, to be honest. Oh, I'm sorry, Rebel. Yeah, I mean, there are many ways to process grief, and I feel like there are as many ways to process grief as there are people, because everybody's brain works in a different way, everyone's emotions work in a different way. Like, even if you are a certain type of person, even if you fall into the same kind of like category as another person, like, everyone thinks different things. The way people process shit differently is insane sometimes. You can kind of like, that's probably the point where you can start relying on some other people. The point where, you are able to admit that you're grieving and allow somebody else to, like, not rely on other people to take away that grief for you, but allow other people to kind of like comfort you through it. Because I feel like that's a thing that a lot of people don't do, especially when it comes to kind of like being, I don't know, male, or, there's a lot of like stereotypical like guy stuff. They're like, oh, we can't show emotions, we can't show like emotions are girly, we can't cry and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of that going around even still to this day, which sucks. Because actually processing your emotions is very healthy. Like, it's not good, like, it won't scare the right people away. The right people won't mock you for it. God, this got real deep. You know what? That's what we're here for. We are here to support each other. We are here to grow as people. We are here to achieve success together. We are here in the Star Squad doing our best to figure out how to raise ourselves up, and then pulling a hand down and being like, come up with me. Like, that is what we're here for. So I think we've got maybe 5 minutes or so left. Does anybody actually have any questions that I might answer? Anything, I don't know, witchy-wise, craft-wise? I don't know. Yeah, I could probably stick around for another 5 minutes. Just wanted to, again, show off the Star Dragon Oracle that I've been using today. I feel like I've been trying to get to know these cards just because I'm supposed to use them for my lives. Oh yeah, I really great for it all. Oh, that's really good to hear, Rebel. Yeah, I explained kind of like Nyx, Kara, and Ten. So Nyx is my matron goddess, and I do a lot of like channeled readings, guided readings, and stuff through her. Kara and Ten are like my two primary spirit guides. I call them Kara and Ten online because Kara is short for Dracarys, which is obviously a Game of Thrones reference. She found it funny. And Ten is one of the dragons in the Empyrean series. Again, I kind of like, I got the vibe of like a black dragon from him, and I was like, like Ten, and he found that funny, so it stuck. They are both star dragons. I do quite a lot of work with star dragons. So I'll be doing probably quite a bit of content on my YouTube channel and potentially on my TikTok as well, Instagram, things like that. Because I don't see a whole lot of content about star dragons, and I feel like I can fill in that niche, you know? So if there are any particular questions that you have about star dragons or potentially about Nyx or anything like that, would be happy. Yes, Fourth Wing, definitely Rebel. Fantastic series. Absolutely amazing. Love it. Yeah, so I feel like those three are like my primary spiritual resources, shall we say. They guide me quite well, and they are the ones that tend to guide me to the messages and stuff through these kind of cards, especially these ones. And just going to quickly show these off. Deck of Stars, A Guide to the Night Sky. I found these in the Griffith Observatory when I went with Azura Dragonfeather, the Draconic Priestess. We literally saw these at the last minute. This will be like a 2-minute story time, I promise. We saw these at the last minute. We went quite late because I wanted to see the stars, and obviously go to an observatory, you have to see the stars. So I wanted to see the stars, see the LA skyline at night, which was absolutely gorgeous. Was a brilliant experience. So thank you very, very much, Azura, for taking me. We went to the gift shop first because we got there quite late, so it was closing. And we wanted to make sure that if I wanted to like get anything as like a memento or something like that, then I could. So I got a couple of. Are they here? Yes, they are. This is Tektite. I don't know if you guys can see that. It is from what I know, it is a stone that is formed when a meteor is like made of the glass of when like a meteor. I don't want to get them out. I don't want to break it. But when a meteor hits Earth and like all of the star crap, I suppose, kind of like all the fires and all the, I want to say molecules, that's not the right word. But basically when a star or when like an asteroid or meteor or something hits the Earth and it kind of like scorches the Earth, this is the stone that is made. It's kind of part glass, I guess, but yeah. So I got some of this, and then we got these cards. And I also got a couple of postcards because I thought they were pretty. But these cards, no. We both immediately saw them and were like, mine. So we both got a pack. I believe you might see them on her channel at some point. They're not actually supposed to be used as oracle cards, but we're witches and it's a deck of cards, so it is obviously an oracle card. But yeah, so there's quite a few different ones. They've got explanations on the back of like the mythology, so the lore behind them, and then even how to see it, and deep sky objects, the area of the Earth, or like the area of space you will find it in, and how many stars are in the constellation. It's like a deck of constellations, basically. And it is so cool, but I've not worked anywhere near enough with these to be able to actually use them as oracle cards yet. So I might be able to give a very, very vague impression of the vibe that I get from the cards. However, I will have to work with them quite a bit more before I just wanted to show them off a little bit because they are so pretty. Yeah, Tektite, that's the one. But yeah, so these are the cards that I will mostly be using for any kind of live readings. We are coming up to that 45-minute mark, so I am going to have to love you and leave you. But yes, these are probably the cards I'll be using for any kind of live readings. I do have a few other decks, so I might kind of ask the spirit team, if you will, if I'm meant to be using any of those. But I think for now, it's mainly going to be these ones. So if you're interested in any like future questions, future readings, anything like that, then yeah, I will hopefully be doing these kinds of babbles, I suppose. These kind of lives, I will be doing them weekly, I hope, maybe, potentially. And hopefully we'll actually build up a little bit of a following, I suppose, on them. And you guys will actually ask me questions and I'll actually be able to do some live readings for you guys. That sounds very, very fun to me. So yeah, I believe that might be it for this one. Yeah. Go check out my YouTube channel if you haven't done that already. If you're already on my YouTube, go check out my other socials. It would be Instagram and TikTok. I also have a Patreon. If you want to support me that way, that would be fantastic. I'll be doing weekly journal prompts, rune readings, and oracle readings. I'll be using different decks than these ones. I'll be like, if I'm doing the Patreon readings, I'll only be using like a certain deck for my Patreons, I suppose. Patreon patrons. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty much it. Go check out the spiritual safety series that I did with Azura. We're currently releasing it. With the Draconic Priestess Azura Dragon Feather. The stuff that we do in the Hatchling clan, which I'm a leader of. She is the creator and founder of. We have like a lot of spiritual safety stuff to discuss, as it's not really widely discussed on anywhere on the internet. So we thought we would create it. So we are currently releasing like one video on my channel, one video on her channel. It's a very, very important series. It covers some very key stuff that a lot of people, especially that are like new to the craft and new to paganism and stuff like that, new to spirituality, don't really think of, don't really know. So go check out that series. I will do my best to link it where you can find it. If not, just go and check it out on my YouTube. It'll be linked in the playlist section there. So other than that, I do believe that is kind of us, maybe, potentially. Yeah. Be unapologetic to you, no shame. And I guess I will see you in the next one. How do we end a live? That would have been something good to know before. You know, I will. Okay, live has ended on there. And how do we end the YouTube one? End stream. Useful. Okay. Bye, guys.